Coming up on Inside NAU, international visitors are still getting their kicks. NAU's geology students use the latest technology, and we'll highlight a different way to spin things. These and other stories just ahead on Inside NAU. Welcome to this edition of Inside NAU, a new season, Season 7. I'm your host, Teresa Beer, here in the beautiful North Quad, which recently enjoyed a renovation. Arizona's centennial has been highlighted quite a lot this year, but there's another important landmark on the state timeline. It's been 25 years since Route 66 received its historic designation. This road saw its heyday more than a half-century ago, before history took a different turn.
Because of all the modern highways, we were bypassed September 22nd, 1978 at about 2:30 in the afternoon. Our town died, the economy died for 10 years.
Angel Delgadillo is the self-proclaimed mayor of Route 66. He helped create the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona, and today tens of thousands of visitors come by his Seligman gift shop looking for a piece of history.
The people are tired of the fast pace of life. They want a little bit of yesterday. This is just people worldwide. They want to go back how we were 40, 50 years ago. It's just as simple as that.
The Delgadillos and many others along Route 66 provide that look back in time. When the highway was first built in Flagstaff, it bordered what we now call Northern Arizona University.
NAU being right on 66, this was the way our students and faculty and staff came and went from the university on a daily basis or a semester basis or every year.
As the Mother Road has continued to gain popularity worldwide, more people visit NAU's Special Collections Library, which has about 1,000 images relating to the highway.
One of the things I like to point out to people is Route 66 is sort of known for either being very static or if there is change, that it's decay, that we're seeing the old road go away. But if you look at along South Sitgreaves or along Mike's Pike, we've got the Mother Road Brewery, and we've got a new pizza parlor, and we've got a new bike shop.
As businesses are established, others are persevering, like Seligman's Delgadillo family, who has been in business nearly 90 years, near or alongside Route 66.
We have literally captured the imagination of the world, and the world that comes to Seligman understands that the road itself cannot talk, the buildings cannot talk, but we are people of back then. So the world understands our work is the work of we, the people.
And while Angel Delgadillo and Archivist Sean Evans know quite a lot about Route 66, so does our history professor, Michael Amundson. Thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here.
So we just heard Angel Delgadillo talking about nostalgia and how it brings many international tourists to Route 66. What do you think are some of the other attractions?
Well, certainly for Americans, it represents what seemingly was a simpler time when people drove Route 66, but it also represents the mom and pop thing. You know, so much today is corporate this or corporate that. It's Walmart, it's everybody has the same thing. It's what we call the homogenization of the landscape. Route 66 represents individualism. It represents freedom on the road, but also represents freedom to do whatever you can to make a buck. And so you get along Route 66 all kinds of hokey entrepreneurs who try to get your money.
We're interviewing you right after you've been teaching all morning, and you teach to a lot of NAU students, clearly. What do you think is important for NAU students to learn about Route 66?
Well, a couple things. Actually, in the summer, I teach a course on the history of tourism. And we go out and visit places on Route 66. And so one thing that I always tell people is it's here. And it's a great natural resource. I mean, we study the Oregon Trail, we study the Overland Trail, we study the Trail of Tears, the Cherokee Trail. Route 66 is a major migration pattern going back to the Jodes and the Dust Bowl, but going all the way through the 1950s and 60s. And so it's here, it's of national significance, and so we need to go out and look at it. But I also like to take students out to show them what it was like firsthand, and not just read about it, but go out and visit Angel in his barbershop in Seligman, or go to Jackrabbit Trading Post and talk to the owner there, or go to an abandoned one and just see what was there and what wasn't there.
And finally, here at Inside NAU, we always like to look to the future. What do you see for the future for historic Route 66 in this region?
Well, I think it's going to be both preserved and it's going to be destroyed. One of the problems with a lot of mom and pop history is there's not a national sense that this all needs to be preserved together. And so in a sense, it's going to be probably torn down piece by piece. We just lost a historic motel here in Flagstaff, that's going bye-bye to a Walgreens or that kind of a pharmacy, a national pharmacy. So, those things are going to be lost. I think we'll probably have more and more people interested in it. But as the baby boomers die off, we're probably going to have less because there's going to be fewer and fewer people that remember it. You sort of have to wonder if there's going to be I-40 nostalgia sometime in the future.
We'll just have to wait and see. Dr. Michael Amundson, thank you so much for joining us here on Inside NAU.
Glad to be here.
Still to come, geologists are finding new ways to map